Hey everybody, this is Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You.
Big Mike in his house.
And we have guests. So the first guest we put in the group chat, and the first one to reply was my beloved daughter, King Brii. Say hello, mommy's baby.
Hello, mommy's baby. No, hi guys.
Okay.
Hello, this is King.
Welcome, King. And we have another guest. We have our first couple now because it's Micah's boyfriend, Willie. Hello.
Uncle Willie.
He's a lovely lad. Yes. So since Micah and I are best friends and she's my sis, that would make Micah Brii's aunt and Willie Brii's uncle.
Uncle Willie.
There you go. So it's a whole family affair. That's his niece. It's a whole family affair in here today. Okay, so again, I want to start off by saying that we are available everywhere podcasts are streamed. We have officially been added to iHeartRadio, which gives me major feels. My podcast is now available everywhere I listen to podcasts, so this is a huge accomplishment for me. Major feels. I gave myself a few. You hear that, guys? That's a shoulder pat. Mm-hmm. You hear it? And thank you. So it's there. Listen. Enjoy. I promise we will start making videos soon. It's just another layer of work that I gotta do. So just give me some time, y'all. So, we'll go with each other's day. Micah and Willie, how was your day today? You guys?
My day was good. What do we do? Oh, I woke up.
Day, actually.
I woke up.
Amen.
Hello.
Yeah, you did.
Ain't won't he do it?
Raise them.
Yeah, I just woke up. Oh my God, I got my phone fixed.
Woo!
Listen, I went to California to celebrate my brother getting his master's degree. Shout out to you, John.
Hey, John.
In October, y'all.
Come on, John.
I got the iPhone X. Do you know how long I have been trying to find a good price to fix this? It's been $400, $375, $290, $220, hot damn. And that's why it is July 21st.
Yeah, it is.
Now it's the 22nd. That's why it took me so long, because I actually found somebody to fix it for $130. Shout out to phone repair guy. I told him I was going to do this. My phone is beautiful. It was half the price that I was going to get it done for. He did it in 45 minutes, literally. And you know what? I should blame him. I went to Five and Below and did some ridiculous things. Now I have Simba socks. So shout out to Lion King.
Has to be his fault. Can't take no responsibility for that.
I wanted them anyway, but he gave me too much time in that store. Shout out to Five Below.
Damn him.
But yeah, and then I went to have taco fries at Willie's house. Shout out to Rachel.
Shout out to Rachel.
Taco fries.
Love
what the
Rachel.
Heck? They were delicious. So my day was pretty
me?
good. Why did she see? It's Rachel is
have
the
to have a
cook.
conversation,
She loves
Rachel.
cooking, and she looks these recipes up, and she just goes in, and she does a very good job. So shout out to you, Chef Rachel. Now you can go back.
Yes, I pretty much spent my day the same way.
Right, pretty much. We were together.
Got a couple of naps in, which
Bless
was good.
you.
Lucky you.
Ate a lot of food. Came on up. I got my class tomorrow. I set up for it.
Shout out to you.
I am trying to be productive. Get an
Good
early
guy.
start in the morning, and I'm here now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, King, tell us about your day, King.
So what I did was so I worked from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Is that legal? That can't be legal. I don't think that's
How
legal.
I'm speaking to you guys right now. I took 2 naps in my car. I am
Poor girl.
starving.
You want me to come up there? Because you know I come up there.
Yeah,
Now I straighten that shit out. You're not about to be working my child like that.
My mama said I can't work these hours.
No, she need a 2-hour break in between, and she need to get paid. Damn it.
But no, other than that, it was pretty cool. Actually, I had like a really calming day. Like it was like a serene
That's
feeling.
beautiful.
It was weird. I spoke to like this spiritual lady yesterday, and she clarified a couple things for me and stuff, and we had a conversation because I had a real opposite day the day before, and
Opposite day.
and no, I felt really peaceful. And I just gave them hell in there. I was asking everybody, "You okay? How you doing?" And them people was aggravated.
That sounds like
But
me.
I
I'm
had a
like,
good
you need to
day.
get your happy ass up.
But I had a good day.
I had a good day. I don't know about them, but I did.
What about you, girl?
How was your day?
Me, so I had my daughter this weekend. She's usually with her dad on the weekends. And he and I did a little trade-off because I went to Aruba a little early in the week. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep her this weekend. He was like, bet. So Mia always wants to go to the beach. Always. And I don't mind going to the beach, but like it's just such a production when we go because we got to buy this and we got to buy that. So anyway, I told her yesterday we could probably go to the beach today. Probably. Needless to say, we talked about that for the rest of the day yesterday. And when I woke up this morning, she was like, here, in my face. Hey,
With her
mommy,
bathing suit on.
are we going to go to the beach? Do you think we're going to maybe kind of go to the beach? I was like, man. All right, bro, let's go. She's like, yay! So she got up. I put her clothes on. We drove around. We debated which beach to go to for a while. I went and got us like a tent thing because I didn't want us to, just be in the sun because I knew I wasn't going to be in the water because somebody has to watch the things, whatever. So we were at the beach for literally like 5 hours. And she was great. Yeah. We had a good time. And the water was actually warm. So, if I think it's warm, that means you probably thought it was hot. But it was warm. And Mia was in there. She kept picking up seaweed. I don't know what that was about, but whatever. She met a whole bunch of little friends out there.
Cool.
Yeah, little girls, and they all played. Another little girl's name was Mia, so that was cool because I kept hearing this guy yell Mia. So every time I heard that, I'm looking up like, why is he calling my child? Right. And then it turns out there was another one. So
there was another one.
It wasn't just
cool.
one. So that was my
squared.
day. My day was spent with my kiddo, and then now I'm here. Making another riveting episode of Let Us Say It For You. Thank you. So, guys, this time we have a couple. We have a couple and 2 single gals. And I think what we should try to do in the process of this is throw out some scenarios and see how they are operated differently.
Wow.
Between, couples and single folks. And then maybe you guys can give us some advice on how to get and keep a relationship since... I don't know if we have struggles with it, Brii. I'm not saying you got a problem. I may have an issue.
So say you got no problem.
Okay, so maybe it's me. Maybe I'm sure.
We got a couple and 2 totally different single people.
Okay, Willie. Let's just throw it out there. Willie, I heard Micah has an issue with farting. How does that work for you? Because she's like, you're considerate enough to like leave the room, I guess. But wouldn't you want to just rip one while she's laying there? Like, shouldn't she love your farts? That's what my ex told me. But clearly we're not together, so maybe you shouldn't fart.
Most of the time I just let it go. When I feel it, I just let it go.
I wish you guys can see his face
better
right
out
now.
than in.
Right.
As I always say.
As I always say.
If I know it's going to be like a crazy one, I'll probably get up and go into the other room. But most of the time, I'm going to just let it go right there.
Maybe it's a sneaky
in
one.
the car, I roll the window down.
She's like, yep.
I won't say nothing, but I just roll the window down. She knows what it is.
She knows what it means.
Exactly.
And I feel like in her mind, she contemplates breaking up with you every time you roll that window down.
Hey,
like, I'm going to leave this nigga.
I could have left him up. That would have been very...
And then what if he passed out, Micah? On the drive?
It would have been inconsiderate of me just to leave the windows up. So,
a good guy.
Common courtesy. I roll that window down.
So we don't talk about it.
I ain't gotta say nothing. She know what time it is. I let it go. You know what I mean? Okay. So for the most part, when I feel it, I let it go. But like I said, if I know it's gonna be a crazy one, I will get up and go into the other room. Go into the bathroom at least, but
Well, okay, so for you,
hold it in is what I'm saying.
Okay, so fine, understood. Yeah. And I told Micah when she told me that on one of these episodes, I was like, "You're a psychopath." Now, to be fair, farts are, a lot. Like we have a friend that's very gassy because all she eats is beans, and she farts all the time, and she doesn't. It's Tasha, and she doesn't even like. Tell us. We'll just be standing. Like we were in Aruba at the grocery store and something just slapped me in the nostrils. And I'm like, Tasha. She's like, I'm so sorry. We were on the plane.
She sat, I was just about to say, she sat next to me on the plane and woke me up 4 times.
She was fine. Okay, so on the way to Panama, Tasha was next to me, just letting them go. And I was asleep and one of them niggas woke me up out my sleep. And I was like, you are the... Oh, and I looked at her like I just side-eyed her, and she kept trying to go back to sleep. I'm like, bitch, you not asleep. That fart woke you up. I know it did.
Yeah, it woke me up.
Sometimes you can't control the fart.
It just happens, I guess.
It's natural. It's a natural thing.
Well, Willie, shout out to you for entertaining her. Okay, Willie, then what is there anything that Micah does that you just absolutely can't deal with? Like, Micah can't deal with farts, but you accommodate her by, walking out and farting elsewhere.
And roll down the window.
Rolling down the
Roll
window.
down the window. Yeah.
So is there something that bugs you that Micah does accommodate, or is she just like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm Micah and you love me, right? Oh my gosh!
Let me see.
Don't feel pressure because she's sitting here.
Something that she, I guess she real big with the whole time and the whole like scheduling stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm more of a like I go with the flow type of like.
AKA late, I heard.
But I get there. I'm gonna get there.
Baby.
I'm just
Just
a slow
chill.
roller, so it just takes me time. But
All
when
right.
I get there, we're gonna make it happen. We're
We
gonna
have a
get there
good
on
time.
Exactly, we're gonna have a good time.
So I have to
So-
concur with my friend. That would drive me crazy.
What
If
the-
we have a movie at 8:00,
I hate being late.
yeah.
And if I'm not 15 minutes early, I'm late.
And that, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't
Listen.
see a problem.
So that's about the only thing. She's just like, we gotta get there at this time. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, look, it's still gonna be there. We all right.
That ain't gonna move, baby.
It's not
Just
going
chill.
nowhere. The previews take at least 20 minutes.
It's like
But the last few movies we done went to,
they crept up on you, huh?
no, we got there on time.
All right.
I got better with the time.
Oh, y'all was there for the
I got better with the time.
not
We was
Aladdin, the
there-
Lion King, right?
Yeah, before anything even started.
Don't
we
talk
was
about
already
it. I
there.
haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either.
We had time to go get Publix sub. We got some chips, some drinks. We was good.
Oh, all right.
But that's
Wow.
like her scheduling and
Must
just
be
like
nice,
Right.
Right.
Just
We
real
just be
super
on time
tight.
because we ain't got shit else to do.
We ain't got nobody to wait for.
We have nobody to wait on, so we're just there
Don't
waiting on
worry.
y'all.
One day we'll have these late problems.
Waiting on the couples. Well, when I was in a relationship, I was the one that was always late. To be fair, he was tight.
So one thing I
So.
will say, I'm kind of throwing a couple's advice thing out there.
That's
I
it.
expressed how I feel about time to him. He was late to our first date.
Oh.
Damn, you still got a shout out to you.
And
Hey.
Uncle Willie.
almost 3 years later, he has gotten so much better with time. And he started perfecting it the moment I said I had an issue with it. I'm like,
Can't want to lose back.
I try not to lose my mind about minutes. I feel like in my old age, I have become more like my dad when it comes to time. Because I wasn't always like this. But I said, please, if you're going to be late, you please call me. Let me know, because I'm over here sitting on needles trying to figure out why you're not here. And when you get here, my energy going to be crazy. So
it's shifted a
please. So communication changed. He got better at telling me what's up. And he's not late. And if he is, we're still on time because I tell him to come at a ridiculous time so that no matter what happens, we're still good.
we gonna be there.
So if you ask something of your partner and they don't do it, that should be a sign that this could not work for y'all. But if they start making changes because it's something that makes you happy, then they could be a keeper.
That could be the one. And here they are, almost 3 years later, and
We here.
you're right on time.
We here.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Brii, I heard you got a date on Wednesday. What's up? Who you going on a date with? We ain't got to tell us. I'm just saying, like, when did that come up?
Girl, last week.
Okay.
So he saw them Aruba pictures.
Oh, yes. Saw that ass in that Aruba.
No.
You don't follow him on
I'm
Instagram?
not on Instagram.
We ain't follow each other.
We didn't follow each other either. Well, go ahead.
We have each other on Facebook, but I don't really post crazy stuff on
Your
Facebook.
grandmas and stuff be
So,
on there.
yeah, like my cousins from Trinidad and the church people be on there, so I don't really be tripping.
I don't really be showing
I've
up
known
too
him
much.
for a while, but we never, like, it wasn't nothing like that.
Is he
So,
cute or is he just like,
I mean, I can look at him. I can look at him.
I like that response.
I can look at him. You know.
They don't always gotta be fine.
Yeah, but
fine.
no, he's cute, but I just never like looked at him that way because we've known each other for so long. So now it's kind of like, oh.
Were you guys
okay.
friends?
Yeah.
Like, so then,
Yeah.
did that throw you off? Because I don't do well with like friends that I've had for a long time that just profess this love for me. Because I'm like, oh my god, now I have to leave you forever because
Now we can't be friends.
Now we can't be friends because you've told me you loved me this whole time.
No, but it wasn't
how do I
like that? It just was like, it wasn't like a.
So is it fair to say that the friendship? Because in some cases, people may not want to take it further because the friendship means so much to them that if this doesn't work out, then we're never going to be cool again. Now, there's somebody that you're just cool with, and if it doesn't work, like if he's like a terrible ass date and you never want to talk to him again, then you'd be okay with doing this too.
Yeah, like he wasn't like my bestie.
Yeah, he was just somebody you're cool with.
Yeah, so. We'll see what happens. And Michael told me I have to start dating anyway, and she told me I gotta stop dating people that I've dated before. So
she tells me the same thing.
Wow,
so
that's interesting. Oh, and another thing.
Oh no,
you have a date.
Oh,
wow. So, can I please, listeners, do you understand that this is the first time they've taken my dating advice? And they are new people, relatively new, that they've never dated. They have known these people, but they decided, you know what? We're going to date them.
We're going to try it out.
And they have dates.
I'm sending my location to each and every one of y'all.
You know what, guys? I appreciate the applause, but honestly,
you better go.
That's the point.
Oh,
like,
Leo.
I have a date. Whether or not I'm going to go.
If I go, you got to go.
Dead ass.
That's not how this works.
No, it should work like that.
Let's
make it a team thing.
If I go,
she's
you
going
go.
in the morning.
Listen,
check this
I'm going. The guy said, I said, you know, we should go on lunch date. And he was like, okay,
Mine
cool.
You said we should go on a lunch date.
He said we should meet up. I said, you know what? We can like go to lunch or something. He was like, okay, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, not this weekend. I have my kid. Da da da. And he was like, okay, next weekend lunch date. And I said, deal. And so we're going to lunch next weekend.
Yeah, that's
you need to go. Kind of. That's gonna be the real test.
I think
that's
you should
what I'm
do
saying.
it.
I appreciate all these, applause, but the trick is if I actually go.
You should look. I'm sending all of you guys my location, dropping the current location thing. I'm sending y'all the license plate.
All that.
We can totally do this.
We should go live the whole day.
Dang.
I'll FaceTime.
Put your live up like this.
Micah, I've made it. This is
go live and just let the world judge him. Let's see what Instagram thinks about this fella. He don't know. He don't know. He don't know.
Come on, don't get me singing.
I won't. All right. Well, yeah. So let's got dates. So we talked about it a little bit. Without giving y'all too much. He is a Caucasian.
Everybody falls to the floor. Boom.
That was
Willie is passing out laughing.
Willie's dying.
Babe, let's talk about it. How you feel about this Caucasian?
Keep it close. Pull it close. Yes.
I don't know this brother, but
not a brother.
I don't know this guy.
Pull it closer. Push it closer to him.
I said I don't know this guy, but it's just funny because I have dated a Caucasian woman before, and Micah gives me a whole bunch of she talks a whole bunch of trash about it. Not so much trash, but she just I just can't believe you dated a white woman, blah blah blah, and then she goes into all the athletes, all they want to do is date white women, blah 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 blah, when in fact all the black men that's married, like in this country at least, 80% of them is married to black women. Like that's an actual fact.
That's nice.
But just the media
and we probably put a lot of light on that. The black man married to white women. It's like, oh my gosh, exactly. You left us, but
80% is married to black women. Okay. And it goes up even more if they're like educated. They went to school together and everything like that. It's even more. But so I'm just going on to say the ones that are married to the white women, whatever. She like, they just doing this. They gave up on the black women. It's a fetish or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, what if the white girl probably was down for them when we don't know what their story is. Fast forward, I'm like, okay, so what about the black women that's with the white men? Oh, well, they done gave up. They did all they can.
They might have.
What?
Well,
what's the difference?
We try a little harder to stay homogenous.
Yeah, we do.
I think we do, young man.
I think we do, young man.
Oh my! I just don't see it. It's the same thing. Y'all doing the same thing. As I said,
Micah is giving him the stare of death right now.
Though, 80-something% of black men in this country is married to black women. So,
Right? No, yeah, that's great.
That small portion of black men that's married to the
Look,
married to the white women.
20%.
Hey.
So do we know that percentage for women? Like the percentage of
It's backwards. It's probably
it's like 80% of us are white men.
It's probably 2%. Like it's very low. Black women do not. They are homogenous. Like Asian women have the highest percentage of dating outside of their ethnicity.
I believe it.
Asians are the
I
highest,
believe it too.
and then it's Latin, and then it's white, and then it's black women. I gotta have a whole marriage and family class at Florida State. So black women are least likely to marry outside of their ethnicity. Least likely. So if we look up the percentages, if anybody, whatever, it's probably 9. It's probably 3 or 2, honestly. But black women really don't do that. They stay within their ethnic group.
So do we.
But 20% of y'all don't. It's just we're just saying the percentages are just different.
Only reason I made a big deal about it, or I laugh about it whenever I see you, if it is a black woman that's going with a white man. Like, you date who you want to. You date who you want to. You talk to who you want to. Me, personally, I prefer black women first.
As you should, kid.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I have dated a white woman before in the past. And others. Hey, look. I didn't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? But my main, what I prefer is a black woman.
Right. But you just so happen to.
I just don't happen to date other. Hey.
So that's what because he asked me. Oh, go ahead, Willie.
Oh, no. And so what I'm saying is, I don't have a problem with it. She's dated other before as well.
Mm-hmm.
Latin.
Mm-hmm. So, all right now.
He was cute.
She dated other, had experiences with
She had
other.
a fling with the Latin
lover.
lover. She had a Latin lover. I had a Latin lover before.
What's the difference?
30-second kiss.
You had a 30-second kiss. I had a relationship.
You loved her.
Oh my God.
I loved her.
You are in love with this Caucasian
whatever the
woman.
case may be.
Wow.
We both strayed away from home. We both came back
We
home.
both
at the end of
strayed
the
away.
day. We both came back home at
But
the
we're
end of the day,
together.
right? Hey, whatever. That's what it is. I love you. Whatever the case may be.
Look,
We
you
both
love-
came
I
back.
love you, Brii. I
We
love
both
you too,
came
man.
back home. Is what I'm saying.
Amen.
All right.
Yeah, you
But
did.
what I'm saying is, people love what they love. You know, they experience what they experience all through your whole day and whatever. You gotta figure out what works for you.
But I can definitely understand the struggle with dating. Like at least with dating like somebody outside your race, at least for blacks dating like a white person, because I've heard the whole thing of would they understand
They won't.
half the shit you go through, or why I'm so pissed that they said something funny to me, because and as we all know, I'm very opinionated, so it's kind of like if I'm with little Mr. White Man here and he just doesn't fucking get what I'm talking about and relates to, as it relates to me and my kid, I can't see how much longer we gonna go. Because it's just like you don't get it. And then even to be fair on their point, they really just don't get it. He really might not get it. So what am I supposed to do? That's where it doesn't work.
I mean, it's a lot of them. Some people it works for them, but like they will never really understand you fully just because they not. It's certain things that we done been through and experienced that they just can't relate to. They ain't never been through it. They ain't never lived it. They can kind of try to empathize for you a little bit at least, but they ain't gonna never fit you fully. You know what I'm saying? But if it works for you, it works for you.
And this one, he seems to have a thing for black girls because when we dated before, and so he low key sounds like the guy that Micah would say is a fetish. He seems to because and I've never met him, but we met like on social media somewhere, and we talked for a little bit, and I got back with my ex, I think, and so here we are now. So it's like he seems to have a few black friends. He's not like the white guy that's with a whole bunch of black guys, and so he's trying to be black. He doesn't give me that impression because that would turn me off all the way.
But there's some white people that grew up that just
he might be like that. He's chill.
Like,
his doesn't give me phony. It just gives me this is just who he is, and he, you can't trust a big button to smile. He's all here for it. Like.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what Will to me.
That's probably how he grew up, and that's
well,
him for real.
if I make it on this day, I can't wait to tell y'all how it goes. But
yeah, you have to go.
I don't have to do motherfucking thing. Okay.
Do you have any feelings about that, Brii? Dating outside of your ethnicity?
I've never done it. Paige and I said we were going to try it, and
why not? YOLO.
It didn't happen. But I just feel like when I see like a white guy and I say like he's cute, it's kind of like Aw, he's cute.
Like a puppy.
I get it.
Not like, oh, okay, hello, Mr.
So
Whitehead.
that's not your they're not your preference.
Yeah, no.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing
This
wrong-
guy, I saw him. He's cute. He's very, very fit. Like he's like Willie times like 2. So it's like he's like a big, tall, fit ass dude. So I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. Let's see how this goes. This is all out of my element. He white. He fit. It's a date. These are all things that I don't do.
I'm so excited.
Right.
I wish I could go to sleep.
It's exciting. It's exciting to talk about, guys. But you know, we'll see. He asked me. He was like, "Have you ever dated a white guy?" I was like, "Nah, And so he was just like, "Wow, what makes me special?" I was like, I wish it was something special. You're just the first one to come up. Yeah, you're the first one to approach. I'm not saying, Tim or Jim wouldn't have got a chance to. It's just, but what you said was true. When I talked to him before, I was more inclined to date outside my race. I'm not as inclined now.
You like super pro black.
Yes, I don't know what's gonna happen, but he's the handsome guy and he has not gotten on my nerves yet. So we'll
will
see.
Be very interesting.
I can't wait.
Can you go on live?
I'm gonna go live, y'all. I'm gonna go on this date. I'm gonna go live with the Caucasian man. Okay.
But yeah, so the only thing that I would say about that is I just feel like whoever's dating outside of your ethnicity, I think being very sensitive and cautious about what you're saying and how you're saying it, I think you can only tiptoe for so long before the real you comes out.
Right.
So I know it could get to the point where it's like, y'all been rocking for 6 months, ain't nothing, no hiccups.
Yeah.
But then a real thing happens that relates to a real ethnic thing or a real white thing. Hell, they could be mad at you for not getting their privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, either way, it could be shooketh.
I could just see me being so irritated.
But that's my thing.
What?
You have to be open to understanding.
It might not work.
What's crazy?
You got to be open to understanding. You can't just be, you know what I'm saying, like trying to get your point across or trying to be heard. Like, you need to listen. You know what I'm saying? Listen to understand.
Go ahead, Brie. What you say, Bubba?
It was because when you say you see yourself being irritated by like something they say, I see myself being the complete opposite. Like, I see myself saying some real crazy ass shit, because y'all know me, I say some wild stuff.
Yeah, you do.
I say wild stuff, so I might slip up one time and say something and just be like,
call him a nigga by accident. He's not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
She called me the N-word. Can I say it now?
Right.
No.
right.
Oh
No,
my
Tom,
God.
you can't.
And another thing, do you know how many jokes other makes about us that we don't know, or how many jokes we make about white people that they don't know? Like, your circle is your ethnicity. So if you're casually having a conversation and you say I'm not saying it, but if you say something crazy about others, it's like you said, like, you could easily do that, and they could easily do that to you. But then I think it needs to be a teachable moment at that point. It's like, and depending on the joke, it could end it.
It could definitely end it.
Like, you know how Shaquitas are. It's like, like, you never know.
If Jim would ever his life.
But you never. And he could be having a moment with you, like, yeah, babe, you know how Shaquitas are. Nah, nigga, you can't say that though. Like, you never know how it's gonna. Oh my God! Oh wow! Now I would like to be on a part of that live. Can I please?
Oh my
Can
gosh.
you please?
All right, guys. If I go on the date, I may go live, but I'm just gonna put it on me. Y'all can see my facial expression.
I feel like you should put it all out there, Leah. I think you need to be like the most honest about this. Like, hey, I'm black.
Tell them I'm going.
Hey, I'm black.
I'm black,
And you're
Can you tell?
and you're white.
Well,
and I am pro-black, and
I
that's
think
not changing.
From what I see, he seems. From what, and literally, I'm going strictly off pictures. I've seen him with a few black people. It seems like some of his close friends are black, and not, like I said, not even like the corny white guy around black, whatever. So that alone, I would hope, has him a little more aware. Yeah, conscious. That's a good word. Yes, of blacks and what you may or may not be able to say. And for him to be so enthralled with my looks and my ass. I'm assuming he's dated a black girl before or something else. Like, I don't get straight. Shit, I don't know. I'm just saying, I've seen black people around him that seem to be cool with him. So hopefully he's trained enough. If he's not, I am definitely the one to teach him. And it's just if I go or not. Single bitches can't say much, so I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna just go.
Well, we can't.
Shut up. Shut up. We'll see what happens. You ate all my Skittles 2 podcasts ago, Brie. Don't think I ain't see your ass in the corner.
Them not even Skittles.
It's like a silent assassin.
That marriage license thing.
Ooh, marriage license. So, this black guy, I don't remember his name.
Derek Jackson.
There you go. He always puts up good posts about relationships and stuff like that. Honestly, a lot of people don't like him. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I think he's interesting. Thank you. Get my damn Mentos back. I guess someone tweeted it and they asked him how he felt about it, and it basically said they think marriage license is it every year?
No, they think a marriage license should be like your license. So Willie looked at how many time. Years? It's 8 years.
Every 8 years.
Yeah. Well, so, we gave. Well, then Brii gave a cap of 10. So let's just put 10. Right.
So he was like, do you think the post was like, do you think a marriage license should expire like a regular license does? Mm-hmm. And then at the time of expiration or right before, both parties decide if they want to renew it or not. Let's start with Brii.
So, I like the idea. It sounds cool, but I feel like marriage won't be as sacred anymore because everybody will do it and we can get out of it in 8 years. Like, that's nothing. Like,
we could do 8.
Right. I got my PhD in 8 years, so we could do this. So I don't think it'll hold the same weight like a marriage should.
That's good.
Go ahead, couple.
The idea of it sounds cool, but like Brii said, I feel like it's just gonna be to the point where my next 8, I'm out of here. I'm getting somebody else. I'm gonna do another 8. I'm going. I'm gonna be on like 4 or 5 different marriages. Divorce is still gonna be here. Divorce ain't going nowhere. I don't think nothing's gonna change. The idea of it sounds cool, but I feel like everything's still gonna be the same. And at the end of the day, it's just you're gonna have more ex-husbands or
senseless
ex-wives.
marriages.
That's ugly. That's ugly to say, I guess.
Beth?
I have 4.
What about you?
5th.
So I was trying to find ways that this will work. So I think it's a cool idea, like everyone else said. But
there's always a but with it. Yeah.
Think about this. You give someone the opportunity to fix what they think is broken, right? Mm-hmm. Think about most marriages and why they get divorced. Financial hardships. That's number 1. And then number 2 is infidelity. Mm-hmm. And then number 3 is probably lack of communication. Let's just say those are the top 3. So ruling out the 2, he didn't cheat. Y'all straight when it comes to money. Communication is trash, right? That means I'm not emoting to you how I should. And when something pisses me off, I'm letting it fester. Now I'm building resentment. So this is like these are personal problems that both parties are going through that they're not giving each other the opportunity to help, right? Will Smith said, I can't make you happy. You got to figure that out on yourself. So think about all the unhappy people trying to make other people happy. That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So going on the strength of that, it's like, okay, I have 10 years to get it right. Not to move on, but to get it right.
Or
what
if the time frame makes them not want to try? Like, you know what?
So they get up.
I only got 3 more years of this.
But so it's always going to be it could a catch-22. It could easily turn to that. But think about the people who will actually save their marriages because they want to save it, right? I'm not going into marriage to end it. People who get married, people who make that commitment want to be with someone for the rest of their life.
That's the whole point.
Do you think they're going to take the option to clear it if they have the opportunity, or do you think they're going to actually try, although they do have the time? Because I do think they're going to be, it may be even. It may be 50-50. Because things are hard. Relationships are hard. My mom tells me all the time. She got divorced after year 23. So, just imagine. A short time. But 5 years, so long. But 5 years before that, they both gave up. That's still, what is that, 18 years? 18, 19? I tutored for math. I should know that. But anyways, so my thing is people who give up, you know what I'm saying? Like she gave up 19 years in. That is a lifetime, low key. That's a whole person. That's a child in college. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to believe people who get married are getting married to stay married, not getting married to divorce. That's what I believe.
What,
so I feel like it can work.
What did the guy say? What was his? Because I heard him say he thought it was a good idea, and then I just stopped. So what was? Do you know what he was saying? Why he agreed?
He basically said that, the divorce rate, like, it's high already. You know what I'm saying? People low-key doing it.
But I'm hearing that millennials it's lower with us.
Because we're getting married later, though.
Oh.
So
is it the divorce rate so high? Because it allegedly, or I guess
no,
millennials,
it's still high.
It's
but
lower.
With millennial marriages, it's low. So divorce rates, regardless, is 45%. 45% of all marriages end in divorce. So that's what I'm saying. So I think when it comes to our generation, how we feel about marriage and why we're getting married, like reevaluating that and making those commitments to how it works for us, you wouldn't be ready to end it in 8.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, like, you don't want to have 4 or 5 ex-husbands. That sounds crazy to say. Shout out to some of my cousins, because I know y'all have been married 3 or 4 times.
Oh.
She's 72. She just got married like 3 years ago. But still.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. And my big mama was 106 when she died. And when her last husband died, mind you, she had 3.
Come on.
When her last husband died, she outlived them all.
Period.
When her last husband died, she had 3 more prospective men trying to marry her. And she was 90 at that point.
That's gonna be
so. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna hit like our peak at like 62.
We gonna get them.
That's what everybody
gonna be. But I'm telling you, like,
yes,
people don't want to die alone. Like, nobody wants to die alone.
Yeah.
People want to be taken care of. When you get sick, you're gonna want somebody to always be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get feeble, they gotta wipe your butt. You can't poop the same. Baby, come on in, just wipe that.
All right.
So how do you feel about it?
Again, like, you said, it sounds like a good idea, but the same thing we said, then it just makes marriage like a joke. But the reason why I always wanted to be married when I was little. I never planned my wedding until probably like the last 2 years, 2-3 years. That's when I was like, I wonder what I want my, wedding to be like, etc. I know a lot of older married people that are like, as far as I'm concerned, in miserable marriages.
Miserable.
But they give my mom, like, they'll call my mom and complain about their spouse. And then tell my mom, well, you don't get it because you're not married. And, well, do you know what, Delia? Marriage is this, but you're unhappy as fuck.
Miserable.
So you can't call sis and complain every day about your marriage and then try to sell her that it's the best decision in the world. I know happy marriages, but I know a lot of fucked up ones. So growing up and seeing some of these close, like in my family, it's just like, damn, you know what? I don't think this marriage shit is for me. Which is why I think my mom wasn't married. This is why I think I never grew up just planning my wedding. I grew up knowing I wanted a gang of kids. I'd be wealthy and I'd have children.
I had an account.
I'm heading on that path right now.
I had an account with David's Bridal at 12.
Wow.
I had
and
all my
you know what?
dresses
I like your planning. I had
all my dresses picked out and everything.
Perfect. But for me to think about marriages that way, once I started thinking about a wedding, it was just like, I do want to be married, but I kind of don't want to be married in the traditional way of what a marriage is, right? Like, yes, monogamy and all that, like, I'm all that. Like, it's just me and you. We not having threesomes, nothing. So just deal with it. This is what my life is going to be like. That's what it's going to be with me. However, I don't want to get married on the typical thing of legally having to be binded to this and that. Like, I want to change my last name, so I could probably do that. I could change my last name to yours right now if I wanted to.
Do it.
But that's what I'm saying. So I could do this for all the other purposes of if I'm dying and someone needs to make a decision if we should pull the plug or not or resuscitate, like your husband or your wife would naturally get that because I can sign that to you. I can do these type of things. So I think it gets really touchy for me because in my last relationship, which was my longest, prenups came up and I said I wanted one and he didn't. And it was a really big argument for us. And I was like, I want a prenup. His thing was like, you'd really want to marry me thinking that I'd take care of yourself. I was like, no, but I know the man you are today. I don't know the man you may be in 5 years if you end up hating me or something like that. I mean, who knows what can happen, but it's insurance. The same way no one plans to crash into a fucking tree. It just kind of happens. And when it does, you have things in place for that.
Right.
So he was pissed about that. And that's what that made me realize that maybe you don't want Because that's really the only thing. When we're married, a lot of things just get intertwined unless we put in the prenup or something that it's not. And if I'm dealing with somebody who doesn't want a prenup, which I was, then it's like, well, what am I going to do? So maybe we can switch up how we do this marriage thing. So anyway, just understanding that can be the next topic, but understanding that that's how I see a marriage anyway. Then this low-key doesn't even necessarily apply, because for all legal purposes, we're not married. For how they see it, my last name has changed. We live together. We have a joint account. We bought this house together. We own these cars together. We have these kids together. But for every reason that would require me to have to get divorced and do all this type of stuff, that's not in place. So that wouldn't apply to my marriage. Like we wouldn't have. We could just stop talking, and I just got to change my last name back to something else. Take you off of my life insurance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it be for me. So it sounds like I like the idea of it, but I don't like the idea of diluting and watering down what a traditional marriage would be. Even though I'm not really team that anymore, and it's mainly just for the legal purposes, I still want all the other things that come with it. I don't know.
The prenup thing, I was just with that. I really don't.
You ain't team prenups.
No. If you got to protect yourself, protect your assets, protect everything. Because when I was 21, I got married before. She was in the military. I was young. She was young. We was in love.
Y'all was in love, ain't it?
Yeah, when stuff was cool. But
shit hit the fan.
when it hit the fan,
It hard.
even to this day, we still cool. But when we did do it, it was more so like, okay, we get these benefits. We get to do this, and that. Like, the love and all that stuff was there. But the timing when we did do it, it was rushed. Because we like, all right, we do this now. We're going to set ourselves up for the future. We're going to blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But when everything started going to play, we had a place together. We had all this furniture in the crib. We had everything set up. We had everything just cool, like how we wanted it to be. We young, living life. It was cool. But with the whole prenup thing, like, I don't see nothing wrong with the prenup. We didn't have a prenup or nothing like that. We was still young. But at the same time, when we decided to split, we decided to go our separate ways. It was like a year after we did it, so we ain't last too long. But,
I see.
Hey,
Look at you now.
Hey, man, we out here. But when I did leave, it was more so like, you don't even really, me personally, it's like, look, I don't want nothing else. I don't want nothing from you. Like, all the furniture we got in here, everything we got in here.
All that.
Like, you can have all of it. I'm going to just take my car. I'm going to take my little TV I had in here that I been had.
She wanted that TV. No,
Look,
it's too late now. This
The
RTV.
fatback TV.
all the
Nobody
shows
nobody
we
want that
watched
heavy ass
together.
TV.
Nobody want that. All I took was I took my car.
Our TV.
I took my little TV. I took my clothes. I'm like, everything else in here, like, look, that's all you. I don't care nothing about that. I'm going to just leave.
What if she was a billionaire?
If she was a billionaire?
And she made that in that year y'all was together, but you have a prenup in place, or you didn't.
Yeah.
Look, man, I don't care about none of that.
I don't want you no more.
Look, I don't want that. And because how I am, it's just like, if I'm down for you, I'm finna be down for you, like, whatever. So even when we wasn't together, if it was a situation where I could help her or she could help me, we would
Y'all
still
look
kind of
out,
look out for
yeah.
each other, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just like, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like
It wasn't like a nasty person.
like a nasty look. I'm still cool with her, you know. We're still cool to this day. But it's just like, for us being together, it just wasn't.
So at this point, you're team prenup. You might get married today. You're fine with the prenup.
I'm cool with the prenup.
Micah, you cool with the
I
prenup?
signed it. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah. Brii.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
With it.
Take it back. Thank you.
I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if you, I really don't care. In the grand scheme of things, you're making it about you. If they want a prenup, sign it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not about you. Stop being sensitive. That's
But
what
yeah, because that's what it comes down to. But there's love, and we love each other. And if you love me, how could you want a prenup? I'm just
understood
preparing
the whole-
myself.
See how you just said when bro was like, why you think I want to take your stuff or something?
Yeah,
like
he
that.
was like, you
My
think I'd
thing
really
is,
take your stuff?
If
Yeah.
you're not, then what does it matter?
That's what I'm saying.
Signing it or not.
That's what I
Sign
said.
it.
But we're
Yeah,
not
like,
together
if-
now because
if you-
those were our normal arguments.
Yeah, like if you're not gonna take anything,
Yeah, if you're
then
not that
sign
guy.
it because you wasn't gonna take it anyway.
He took
right?
it personal. Like,
That's
that's
true.
what I'm saying. People put themselves in situations where they make it about them. It must be because she thinks I'm a bad person. It must think she thinks I'm gonna eventually be a thief. No, nigga, sign the paper. Girl, sign the paper. Like, regardless, you can have nothing to your name
in my
and still want a
synopsis of the
prenup.
marriage, I wouldn't even have that problem because it would already be that way. Because even then, that might be a sticky situation because we get a house together. And because we're not legally married, even though my last name has changed, it's like we're kind of just stuck owning it together until one of us like buys each other out. And let's just hope it's not a bitter thing. But y'all know how I get flustered. So it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Just take it and go.
Yeah.
So I
You're killing
have a
me right
question.
now.
So how does this work with, like, say if you guys were like young or whatever and you got married and then you guys started building together, right? So you like build businesses together, you build, you know, you buy your house together,
They
get the
split
car
everything.
together.
I would think
how does
everything
that
gets
work
split.
with that you
Without a
can't get
prenup.
Yeah.
I would assume you split it. You just have to split it. Or if I'm just giving it all away.
So
With or without a
my
prenup?
question would be, where does a prenup play in that kind of marriage?
I think whatever you brought into it,
Yeah.
is what you leave with. Everything y'all done built together, that's what y'all can split up. or
But
whatever.
but in a prenup, you specify what it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, if I'm marrying you and I decide, okay, if you cheat on me, I get to get like $50,000 for the rest of my life. If for whatever reason you sign this, because it's a legal document.
Yeah.
So that's the point. And so that, to me, that's what takes. Someone just says that marriage is beautiful, but marriage is so stressful. No, but to me, that's what I'm saying. That's what to me takes the beautiful and the blah 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 out of it, because it becomes a legal thing. It's a contract, right? And I know so many divorced people, or I've seen interviews and heard stories of divorced people that just say the legal part of the marriage is what kind of
Stresses
just
them out.
sucks up all the love out of it, because it's just like. And then when it gets really nitty gritty, it's just really nitty gritty.
Yeah.
For me, a prenup, I'm a planner. Like, I plan for a living. So yes, this is a fucked up part to plan for, but I want to plan for it. Worst case scenario, this happens this way, and me and you bought a house together. Then we sell the house. And we split the profit.
Yeah.
You know, so that's it. Or, you know, whatever. So it's just, and then when kids are involved, it gets even trickier or whatever. But whatever stipulations you put in the prenup is what is honored.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
So Will and Jada were on the brink of divorce, and Will said, "I'm not getting a divorce," and Jada said, "Okay, well, let's figure it out." So my thing is, they thought about their kids and how much they had to split up, so they chose not to. They didn't get a divorce because of what it could be for their family, right? So they literally chose to live on separate sides of the house. I don't know if they dated. They say they don't have an open marriage or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they got going on, they didn't want to do the divorce because it was going to ruin everybody else. That was like, you know what? This is selfish of us. Because our kids are going to have to go 2 different places for Christmas. Our kids are going to have to decide. This is selfish. Let's not. Let's figure it out how I can be happy in our space and you can be happy in our space. So it can honestly be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do the divorce. Like I said, marriage is what you're going to make it to the T. This is a legal document that you get to plan from jump. You can write you can rewrite marriage,
Literally.
low key. So if you think about the legal aspect of it and you are a planner, then it makes sense that you would literally jot down every single thing you would ever think of legally to make sure you are covered. So I get the whole thing. Like, I think
because a divorce, I feel like a divorce has to be stressful enough
is,
already.
and it's
for me to
long.
decide the person I'm marrying,
And you
I
gotta
don't marry
pay
your
for
ass
it.
no more. Right, and then on top of that, we got to sit here and have constant meetings to decide this and that and what you get because it was never discussed.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's a lot.
It would seem smart to just have that kind of planned out. And then to be fair, even in if I did get the normal traditional marriage, it would just be the prenup way. It would have to be, okay, we need to talk about this is what we have in place for worst case scenario if that happens. And yeah, I don't want to talk about it either, but you know, shit happens. So, you know, whatever. And my ex, but there's a lot of people, like a world of people that are truly feel like, you know, why would you even marry me if you feel like I do something like that? And I feel like that's a very...
Take yourself out of it, bro.
Yeah, like,
Not
for
about
lack of a
you.
better word, this is dumb. Like, it's a dumb way to think
not
about
even
it
about
because,
So what?
It's, you know.
And that's exactly what I would say. You think I'll do that? Sign the paper.
I don't know what the fuck
I
you're
don't
do
care.
in 6 years.
And if we don't have to go through the whole explaining what happons to
they said it.
people after 10 years of marriage? I don't know either. Yeah. But I'm just to be safe, why not? You know?
But to me, the best defense in that argument that I was having with my ex, he was like, you think I do like, you know me? I was like, my nigga, how many issues we done had? I didn't think you were that person. Fact. Then. You cheated on me already, and we still sitting here thugging it out. And I didn't think you were that guy. So you went from an angel to a trifling ass dude, and now we talking about if we got married, this and this, and you feel like I'm gonna just jump in this bitch again with you and pretend like you didn't shock up. Like, surprise, you ain't surprised a bitch the end of the day. Like, no. So I don't know that everyone in here seems okay. Prenups. You guys tell us how you feel about that. Prenups, yay or nay? If you are against it, let us know why. Why you don't why you know like that, or why you'd be offended if your partner like that. Ooh, okay, just talk about offended because this came up before and I thought it was hilarious. Micah, you got pregnant right now, and Willie said he wanted DNA test. Would you be offended?
Nope.
Me neither.
And you know, I would. And it's the funny thing. I wouldn't be offended. I probably skip my happy ass all the way to the doctor just to prove his ass.
Stunt on his ass.
Just to stunt. Like, I'd be like, DNA. Oh,
we DNA
now. Cool.
We checking
cool.
baby.
But then I would also think, if you think that this is a possibility that it's not yours, what are you doing?
Oh. See, I ain't even go.
I'm sorry. No, like, I would definitely think, like, you know, I'm going to skip my happy ass to this doctor. I'm going to swab this baby and get this shit together. Okay, cool. Show him what you got going on. There's no way that's going to come out left field if you are squeaky clean.
And then but think about it. Because, okay, we both say, okay, no, I wouldn't be offended. Yes, you wouldn't be offended directly by the question, but there's so many other things that come after that.
That's what I'm saying.
You want to check this baby to make sure it's yours because you think I've been fucking. Okay, cool. Let's go. Cool. Show you that this is little Willie Jr. And then once that's rectified, we gonna talk. Conversation.
We gonna talk
about what you think is going on. You're at work. You think I'm in here popping pussy for the milk, man? Like, what do you think? So, Willie, do you think Micah said she wouldn't be offended, but Micah does think that would imply that you've been out here hoeing. You've been stretching bitches a little too much at work.
Why does it have to come back to that? Because all I'm saying is, all right, if you're not offended from it, it shouldn't be no kind of backlash whatsoever.
It's not backlash, it's a question.
It's not backlash, it's a question.
All right, so you questioning me, and you say, well, why do you feel like that? Have you been on around? No, I haven't. But in the past, there's been a lot of women that I came across that are in relationships, engaged.
But that would imply that you think she is doing that. So, that means your trust is effed up because you think, yo, lady.
You know? Or the brother could be like, look, what if it happened to him before in the past?
Poor guy.
What if that same situation happened? You know, he went the whole 9,
and that wasn't even his baby.
Find out this is not his baby. Like, what? All right, what if that happened?
Oh my God! But that's
would you still come at me with the same?
But here's what I said. No. I say if that's happened to him in the past and he wanted DNA test, I'd be like, okay, sure. You can have your DNA test because I want you to feel. Micah opened my eyes a little bit to that part because it didn't go there. But there would be some type of weirdness there off the strength of, like, everybody who knows me personally, they know I don't do shit. So it's like, you should know it more than anything. Should know where this box has been. It's been in the house. But at the same time, I would, if he had that situation, right? If he had a checkered past with another young lady, then all right, you get his DNA test, but like on baby number 2, we gotta do this again. Like, is this like a given every time?
And then
fine.
So would
you want to still check it? No, I wouldn't come at you with that. I wouldn't come at you with that.
All right.
But it is a logical point. This is in this case of him having a woman lie to him before about the child being his, right? So if that never been the case and you came with this, then there's a lot of room for question there. Why do you need a DNA test? You with me every night, we together every day, and you got me out here checking babies. I tell you, I'm 2 minutes pregnant, and you want a DNA test? Who you been fucking? Cause
go, man, you want a what? No, but look.
Goddamn. You want goddamn? Goddamn. You want goddamn? Goddamn.
Yes, I'm gonna be offended AF.
There you go.
I'm gonna be offended. Why would you ask me that? And then not even
Tell the
that.
class. Tell the class. Why would
Not
you be
even
offended?
that. If you ask me that means you don't trust me for real. So what
Agreed.
we really doing?
Boom.
What we really doing?
But you think about it this way. You and him getting along really, really well. Y'all been having rigorous sex for 2 weeks. And then, oh no, I'm pregnant. I mean, there's only so much trust that can be in place by that. And if we been fucking for 2 weeks, just off the chain, and you're pregnant now, I wouldn't be offended if a guy's saying I need a DNA test for that. We've been talking for 6 months, and we just start having sex, and in the 2 week span of us fucking, I end up, you know how hard it is to actually get pregnant? It's like a day.
I wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah.
Because you said if Micah and Willie, I was thinking
In a
like
relationship.
True.
You my dude, why?
What?
Huh? You want to what? You gonna get it because I'm petty.
About to say you're gonna give it to him?
Yeah,
I'm petty.
And I'm gonna do a whole production.
I'm gonna make him pay for it.
Party.
Where your money?
We're gonna have a release party.
Yeah, we're gonna have a reveal party.
Who's the daddy?
No, yeah. You want it, you gonna get it.
Make him pay for everything too.
Everything.
You paying for the test, you paying for the party, my
And the-
dress. The baby need an outfit for the future.
And we catering.
The good
But
shit.
I don't like that. My father made my mom do that, and I just found out. And we had to talk about that.
We had a little chit chat about your untrusting ass.
Did something like that happen to him before in the past?
Here you go defending these men.
I'm just saying.
All right.
It could happen.
My father is just the type of person that he feel like everybody that got pregnant by him set him up. He never did it.
He never nutted.
Yeah, no.
The nut never came out of his dick.
Everybody set him up.
It was her dick.
Right. So,
she did it.
So
Went in there and got it.
She went in the balls and got the steam in it. Got the.
All I'm saying.
Just tucked it up. Michael, look, she's tucked it up.
All
in the
I'm
box.
saying is, you may be offended. Which I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship and you trust
Right.
somebody, you shouldn't have reason to. But sometimes.
Now, in a long-term relationship, let's say infidelity has played a role, then I mean, it's been hurt. Yeah, in that regard, we can get it.
Yeah, I get it when it makes sense.
yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
When it don't make
Touche.
sense, burn.
It doesn't make dollars.
If it don't make sense, he just ain't gonna come out of nowhere and be like.
But that's
"All
the
right,
thing.
you can
So
get
that
it."
means
But that is
you've been holding things back that you've really been feeling,
That you're
and we
trying to
got a
project
bigger
onto
issue
me.
than this DNA test. Who are we?
But look,
How is our relationship thriving if you're resenting me and I didn't even know?
look, if I fully trust you and we've been with each other this whole time, most likely he's not gonna be like.
You
"All
wouldn't
right,
ask for a DNA
I'm
test.
not gonna ask for the DNA
True.
test. I'm gonna automatically assume it's my baby in there. That's what you're gonna automatically assume.
Baby come out with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah.
And be crushed. Micah has been fucking a Caucasian.
Yeah,
And got pregnant. She a little blue-eyed
Then
baby.
it's like, all right. And then the next woman I get, and I be
She
like,
gonna go
hey,
through hell, huh?
You're gonna have to take this DNA test, and it's gonna be because of that situation.
And you're gonna tell her from jump that the first
And
day.
you know what?
You and I had a
The
7-hour
woman I had-
conversation. We told each other everything in 7 hours.
She was in my
All
room.
day.
She's
And I
supposed
was
to
at
be
her
helping
house.
me organize my
I
closet, but
was.
she ain't helped me do shit
did.
because she was talking to you.
Did a really good job.
Yeah.
By
Our
the way.
conversation was amazing. Yes.
But yeah, that is things that you mentioned
guys
the
are
first
so
day.
Hopeful. I see you guys are so hopeful. Leah, there's
Yeah.
hope for us, man.
There is hope.
We too can be.
See me?
Yeah.
But look,
We
y'all.
got a long time ago.
Listen.
Willie and Micah.
Listen, Linda. Linda, listen. I forgot.
Oh, it'll come back to you. We talk. Okay, the 7-hour conversation. You wouldn't ask for a DNA test.
So my thing is,
Everyone-
look, so what I was going to say is when you are courting someone, relationship advice, ding ding.
Message.
When you're dating people, have real conversations about things that have happened to you off rip. He told me he was married the first day I had a conversation with him. I was married and I divorced.
Ex-husband.
That's the first thing I do.
You dating a whole ex-husband?
A whole ex-husband. So that's the first thing that he said. He was like, yeah, I was married. Like, it just...
How that make you feel?
out of
Did you
his
feel
mouth.
like, okay, well, at least I know he's a marrying type.
I
That's
said-
what I would probably think. That's
so
good.
the first thing I was like, when? Like,
You're 12. No.
when? He was like, I was 21. It was a year. I said, oh.
Makes sense.
Well, what happened? And then he told me, and I was like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? So
See what you did there.
you know, people be so like hesitant to like open up. Like, bro, you need to be an open book when you meeting people, because the more that you talk, the more that you can learn, the more that you can figure out whether they for you or not.
Exactly. And it's so early on. It's like this person don't even know you anyway, like that. So it's like, who cares, man? Put it all out there.
Put it all out there.
See,
Well,
what
what you want to put out there, but you know.
I was taught to do the complete opposite.
Keep
Hold
all
it
your
back.
business to yourself.
Yeah. My grandma used to tell me stuff like
Grandma
that.
married.
You don't mess with me, mess
Yeah.
with me. I'm not.
Okay,
You
Grandma
don't,
got a man.
you don't
so
know this
maybe.
person. They don't need to know all of that.
I mean,
I get the
Times have changed
when you
a
say,
little.
I'm not saying with everybody, but it's like certain people you can kind of feel the vibe on a little bit, and you can kind of see where the conversation going and how it's going, and you're like, man, you know what?
I'ma just tell them.
I'm gonna just put it on now.
I'ma just do it.
But I'm just saying, you, it's certain people that you came across in the past that you just kind of like click instantly with, right? Like instantly. And there's other people it's just kind of like, with those you ain't just gonna put everything out there, but for the ones that you clicking with, and you like, man, all right, I can see it. I kind of like this. I kind of like where it's going. Let me just throw it out there.
I hope
don't
to feel
know
that
her, but
way
she
one
gonna
day.
tell me. She gonna judge me and she don't know me. I don't care. So, you know, I put it all out there. And I kind of had a small rapport with her just because I met her like
Right.
years ago. And I approached her.
Yeah.
But it was a bad time for her.
She ain't give him no place.
She didn't give me no place.
She was like, no, sir.
She was like, no,
I
you
got
look-
time for
you look
this.
exactly like somebody I used to deal with. I can't do it. And I was like, oh.
Sorry.
I was like, oh, for real?
Poor
All
guy.
right.
You talking about what he do?
But she, yo, I'm like, this
What he
dude,
did?
what did
That's
this
long.
nigga do?
Oh, for it's elongated.
I was like, oh, okay, well, it's all good. Every time I would see her, I'd be like, hey, what's up? You still ain't gonna give me no chance, huh? And she be like, nah, I can't do it.
Not today.
I'm like, oh, all right, well, you know, enjoy your day.
Well, guys, life comes at you fast, don't it?
Don't it?
Right?
Like lightning.
Fast forward.
Right.
And look at you now.
My whole
Look at you
me
now.
now.
Yeah, I think that's probably why, too, also, we kind of had that little rapport. Because I kind of assumed she was cool from our little interactions that we had.
She's a nice girl.
Right? Yeah.
I like her.
She's a
I
nice
kind of
girl.
assumed she was. And then once we started talking, I was like, okay, yeah.
She's straight.
She,
She's
she
straight.
cool. She cool.
She's straight. Cool.
You know.
Okay, well, I'll ask you this then. Since Brii and I have this coming up, Willie, you'll be a new insight on this. What is something that you feel like should be discussed on the first date?
Oh,
Like,
yes,
it
please.
needs to be discussed on the first date.
Pretty much what you want, what you here for. Like if I know I'm not like I don't want.
heavy.
I mean, it ain't gotta be heavy like that. If you come into it and be like, look, I ain't really looking for nothing serious right now. I'm just, I'm trying to have a little fun. If you try to have fun too, hey, let's kick it.
Sounds
You
like
know.
an ad.
Well, whatever. But you in the beginning, like I said, you don't know me, I don't know you. I'm throwing it out there. If you choose to catch it, then all right, we gonna run with it.
Don't ask if you choose.
But
to
if
do
not, then I say just throw your intentions out there. What you trying to do?
it. What you trying to
What
do?
you trying to do?
What you trying to do? Okay,
Or
Mike.
not to do? Or I want to
Mike,
get to know
what
you a
do
little
you- what do
better.
you say?
I'm looking for a serious relationship. Da, 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 da. You find out early, like, nah, I ain't here for that.
Okay, well,
You cut it
you have a
off
blessed day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
enjoy,
I feel like
enjoy love.
Anything he said, you're gonna be like, all right, well, we
Yeah.
tried. Thank
Like,
you.
I'm trying to get married next week. Okay, have a blessed day. Bye.
Like, what's important?
What's something that you feel like needs to be discussed on the first date?
So his intentions, but also, I guess it kind of ties into intentions, but I guess the question that I'm thinking of is, do you believe in marriage? Like, do you want to have kids? Like, small things like that could honestly like blow up your whole world. You know what? it should be like 30 like really important questions. And people always get, you know what? Men always get really tight every time a girl talks about marriage. Nigga,
Yeah,
I ain't talking about marrying you,
like
nigga. I'm talking about in general.
I'm talking about marrying you.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like even some of the conversation I've had with guys that I previously dated, I'm literally randomly talking about marriage and children. And like, well, hold on, what you nigga? I ain't talking about with you. I'm just saying in general. Like I think that's a good conversation to have, nigga. It's a conversation. Like I'm not trying to trap you into being this. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see how you feel about it. Like you may answer a question I don't like, and that can give it away. Like, oh yeah, this ain't the one for you, sis. Moving on. So things that are important to you, you need to see if they're also important to that person. That's what I would say.
Brii, you don't know?
I'm trying to take it all in for my date. For my date, right.
I don't even know how to handle dates. So I would just go and just see how it is. I'd have to go for a vibe. I get irritated quick. So like the moment he's like corny, it's just like, is this like bearable corniness? Is he just like a nervous? Cause maybe he's trying to impress me.
It's
And
gonna be awkward, babe.
I'm super awkward.
It's gonna, but you gonna work through it.
Something funny is gonna happen if he's a good guy. If he's a guy for you, or just in general a guy for you to date.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody that I've actually been in relationships with, there was some type of vibe there, and I never got that type of vibe, like that corny weirdness where it's like you're trying too hard or something like that. I never really got that. I would just have to just see. Like that's because the Caucasian, he asked me. He was like,
I want to call him Tyler.
That's a cute name. Let's call him Tyler.
Who said something about you?
No, somebody was like, have you been to jail? No.
First of all, are you into felons? Is that it? Because we have a friend.
We have a friend that likes felons. So no, I haven't been to jail, but you let us know if you know any. That's a good head on.
What kind of question is that?
Anyway, but he asked me like, what?
Oh, sorry.
But
the question you should ask on the first date is, have you been to jail?
That's what they were saying.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, he's right. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's a good iceberg. Have you been to jail yet? Oh, why? What'd you do?
Right.
Tell.
Because of their felony.
Was it for shoplifting? Was it for
You need to explore your option of how you're going to support your family. He can vote. She can vote.
That's new. That's
own
recent.
a business.
They own their own business.
So he asked me, he was like, what am I looking for? Literally, if you ever seen like an image of like question marks just pop up, at this point, I don't even fucking know. So I just went with, I just need to know that this person has ambition and they're either where they want to be or like well on their way there. Like at this point, I can't deal with I have a whole bunch of plans and I'm gonna be here. Like I can't deal with that right now because I'm not there. Like you gotta, and you have to be a millionaire. You just have to be doing what you want to be doing. This is what I want to do. Cool. Because I don't need no more fixer uppers. Like I'm over it. I don't need any more of that. So I told him I need that, and I said everything else I would just have to be on the date and just see how it goes. The guy I mentioned, the guy before, I kept calling him old babe, but it took me a while, like a couple months in, to hear all like the misogynistic shit that came out of him. And it's like the perfect post I just posted on my story the other day. It was like, you can't control me, so I just need you to sit back and let me do me and just be like, that's my baby. Like I need that, you know what I mean? And then everything else we'll just figure it out, because everything else I don't like. I'm drawing blanks at this point. Everything else I'm referencing like the last person I was with or the last person I was dating, and I really like this about him, so I want this guy to have that too, or whatever. So
right.
And I think that's a hard question, like, or maybe it's just hard for me. I don't know.
My favorite question to ask is, who are you?
Who are you?
It's hard.
I'm Leah. That's what
most people say, but
I went on a date with this guy, and
you been dating, Brii. Why are you acting like this is new for you?
Hold on. People can hear this.
Oh my gosh. You definitely have to talk louder. You are like a mouse in a church house right now.
I went on a date once, and this guy asked me. He was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "Who are you?" And it was kind of like, "What?"
That's deep.
Yeah, it's a deep question. But was it genuine deep, or is he like one of these like, who are you, trying to be some shit he's not?
Like organic kind of.
Hotel, really?
He was hotel. I don't
was
know,
Hotep.
but yeah,
He
he
was
was a hotel.
one of those pro black kind of.
Okay.
He was hotel.
Like when I was like, "Where are you from?" He was like, "Depends on who's asking. I can be Jamaican or I can be from this African tribe."
That would get on my nerves.
And I just was like, "Oh, okay." But I like the question because
It helped you try to figure out an answer.
yeah.
Did you
Who
come
are
up
you?
with an answer for that date, or were you just like, "I'll get back to you day 2"? Like,
It wasn't a date.
yeah, somebody said, "Who are you?" It's deep. That is deep.
That's deep.
I don't know.
like that.
Oh, I might hit the white man with that this weekend. He'll be like, "Who
Damn.
are you?" He's gonna be like,
Who are ya?
"What is this black queen asking me?"
Dead.
Like, who are you? What do you call him, Tyler?
So
I'm not-
Tyler, who are
I
you?
might fuck around and call him Tyler, and that is not his name. Yeah, I'm like, damn, how many white boys you know? You the only one, sir. We had to make up a name for you for my show. Anyway, I got a few with Carlum. Shout out to Carlum. Carlum said, try to get a general idea of how much debt they got. And I was like,
much what?
how much debt they're in. And I'm like,
On the first day?
yeah, because maybe, and I think in his logic is, oh, so did you go to school? Yeah, I have my PhD. Okay, so you're in debt. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, you own a home. Okay, it's good debt, but it's still debt. You got a new car. You're in debt. Like, I guess these are the questions he'd be asking.
Yeah, that's good.
That's his. And
Yeah.
it's, I don't know how you
I just think
smuggle that out of somebody.
in general, y'all, when you're dating, like, people be trying to do too much, bro. Just be yourself. And I guess that's hard to do. I don't see how, but you're genuinely just meeting someone new, right? And it's like, if you're yourself, yeah, it's going to be awkward. They don't know you, you know? Like, just go. She's like, yeah, like, I love sushi. Let's do sushi, blah, blah, blah. So you get there and you're talking, blah, blah, blah. I left today. I told Leah, you're not stuck anywhere. If you don't like what's happening, you can end it. Hey, you know what? I can already tell where this is going. Skip the check, get out of here. Like, bro, like, literally. So what I would say is for everybody who's trying to date, just relax. Like, I know it's intense meeting new people, and make sure you're comfortable wherever you go. You pick the place. Like, take full control, as much control of it as you can. But genuinely just be yourself and ask realistic questions. Like, do you eventually want to be married? You don't know what this man or this woman is going to do for you.
So Willie, you're on a date with your second date with this girl. And I mean, and she let's say the first, just throw it out there. And she's like, so would you eventually want to be married? Are kids in your future? Does this freak you out in any type of way?
No, it's just a question.
I asked him this.
It's just a question. It don't freak me out.
here trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because it's early on and you don't know me. So you can throw it out there. What does my judgment mean to you? You don't know me.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
But if somebody did say that to me or ask me those questions, it wouldn't freak me out. I'd just be like, yeah, I would like to get married one day. And I want a lot of kids.
Boom.
Do you want a lot of kids?
She's like, oh my gosh. So why
She'll be
what
like,
was with the
kids?
face? What was with the face?
Let's do it, cause
So since your grandma told you to keep all that, then what are you doing on a date? You're just like, you just vibing them out. Y'all going for let's say y'all go for sushi, right? Y'all go for sushi. Y'all just talking about your album. He's talking about soccer, whatever. And this is just what it goes. And you don't think anything. I think in that regard, it means you don't have to tell him like where you live if he didn't come pick you up. You know what I mean? Or anything deep like that. But maybe you should. Yeah, someone says, is marriage a must or it doesn't matter?
Yeah,
like, that's questions like that. Those are good, debate. Those are good debatable
Brii just
topics.
said marriage and kids freak me out, and I think that's important that you say that.
I just don't like talking about it in general. It's just,
And you should say that. Hey, the marriage kid thing is kind of a sore spot for me. I don't know yet. And I think that's honest. At least you ain't putting the fuck on like, yeah. But
I want to get married
inside, you
tomorrow.
don't. But you really don't. You don't know. You may be unsure of what you want. And I think you should say what you're unsure about.
Exactly.
I think the face came from when Willie said he wanted a lot of kids. I think that just happened.
Made you itch, huh?
Yeah, every time people say stuff like that, it's just like an instant reaction for me.
I mean,
Kids, what?
When I say I want a lot of kids, everybody's like, really? You want more than Mia? Mia's like 17. I'm behind on kids. Mia's so old now. My kid is so old. I'm so behind on babies. Like,
because Because that's what I'm saying. When people say those questions, obviously they're not talking about tomorrow. Or when I answer it, I'm not talking about tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say, oh, yeah, would you like to get married? Yeah, one day I would like to get married.
I can see how that'd be. That would be
Yeah.
well, not frustrating, but just kind of weird. Like I was dating somebody recently, and like at least 2 or 3 times, it kind of came up along the lines of if we made it official, they just feel like I'd literally want to be married tomorrow, and I'm ready to have kids next week, and I was just like. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it, but I'm not putting these expectations on you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was just literally looking for an official relationship, and that couldn't even come out of it. And it seems like they were very worried about all these things that I would have projected on them to have tomorrow. And so it's like, I don't know. Technically, that's an experience. And at this point, maybe I would be a little weary on bringing that up. Because, I don't have a lot of experience dating, but I don't know if that's something I would bring up on the very first date. But I definitely get where it's like, well, it's good. It's a question.
It's a question.
It's a question.
It is too.
Yeah.
Like,
how he responds to it. Yeah.
Y'all, these are
Telltale signs
Come on,
of the type of people that you want to date, bro. Like
It's true.
they throwing these signs in your face. Like it's not covered up. Is that covert? Yeah. No.
Covert. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not covert. Like it's very in your face. So pay attention. That's all I'm gonna say. We had a free flowing conversation for hours the first time we talked on the phone. We talked about everything. It just happened. How many? I don't even. Did we talk about how many people we had sex with? No, I don't think we did that.
No.
We did.
Ooh,
Did we do
next
that?
topic.
I feel like we got
Freeze
Yeah,
like,
going on,
like a
man.
little graphic.
either we
I don't
ain't get
know.
that deep.
Yeah,
I thought we
Nah,
got.
we ain't talking about
I mean,
that.
it
got a
was
little graphic
7 hours.
somewhere.
No, we
It was
talked
at
about-
the
Fill that time up.
So,
Yeah.
like, we ain't do no body count and all that.
Nobody
We ain't do all
counts,
that.
and that doesn't matter.
That's the question.
Yes, we did.
Oh.
Yes, we did.
What we said was, well, what I said was,
A real man.
what I said was, whatever you did before me, like, I ain't know you.
So if Micah was a whole hoe out in Fort Lauderdale,
As long as you want to smash my brothers, my cousins, or people that's like my homies that I still talk to on a daily basis, if it's some nigga I went to school with, hey, I probably smash it.
so you really would not care. Like if Micah's body count was literally
She
like
not-
300. I'm just
How
saying.
would I know this?
Let's say she just gave the information up. Or fuck it, she didn't do it. Everywhere you go in Fort Lauderdale, somebody's like, oh, what's up, Mike? And then you fuck around and do know somebody in Fort Lauderdale. He tell you, bruh, Micah used to be out here in high school now. Micah was fucking like this. How would this make
I'm
you
pretty
feel?
sure I don't know this nigga. If I'm talking about if
You
like,
don't. No, your brother knows Micah. It was like I ain't fucking, but everybody else I know did. That's what I'm
my
saying.
brother, I don't know, cause it's just like
That's hard.
if I don't know whatever, I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know how many girls I done been with. I don't know how many dudes you know, and I don't care. I ain't know you. It ain't have no effect on my life. How many dudes you done been with? But all
So
I'm
you're
saying
okay
is-
being with an ex quote unquote hoe?
But I'm
Not
pretty sure,
my friend is
but
not.
you
I'm-
can pick up on. You can pick up on if they.
No, you
had
can't,
that.
because they say hoes make the best housewives. So maybe she done got done.
about her, and they still do it.
But he wouldn't
But
have,
all I'm
because he's
saying
not
is-
from down here. He's from further south, so he wouldn't
Yeah, I'm from
know.
further south, I wouldn't.
Right.
But all I'm saying is, whatever you did before me, I don't care about. As long as you ain't smashed none of my brothers,
Close
my cousins,
friends,
my close
family.
homies, my close friends, I don't care.
But if she did just smash one of them, but
One of my
the
people?
second people, she's
I can't do it.
okay.
I
I'm
ain't
fucking
gonna do
with you. Yeah, I can't.
I can't do it.
I
If
can't.
it's one of my people, I can't do it.
My
I'm
God.
gonna always look at you and like, that's
So-and-so,
that's-
yeah.
That's, you know what I'm saying? I can't. You
Yeah.
know, that's they girl.
But what if you
whatever.
found out after you fell in love with her?
After I found out, I would have
Yeah.
been found out because they would have told me. They would have told me.
You would have just had her around for
They would've
something.
been like-
Come up here real quick.
And I'm like, hey, what you doing here, bro? What is that? What y'all got going on? They probably won't say it when she there, but when she leave, hey, bro,
As soon as she walk out the door, you know,
hey, you know how
I
you
used
be,
to.
you know.
Poor
Yeah,
girl.
you know, they would let me know. But
Okay.
whatever you did before me, man, I don't care.
So okay, fine. You're cool with ex-hoes, fine. Beth,
'Cause I was out here too.
yeah, he was.
right? So, Micah, how do you feel about dating a guy that was really out here slanging?
They
dick
always
most of
out
the
here
time?
slinging.
I mean, this one's slaying a little bit
Sorry.
more than usual.
I dated
He
somebody.
was super.
smashed
He was
the
a
whole,
super slanger.
He smashed the whole Broward County. I don't. It is what it is. At this point, the way that I view men, the way that I view single people, you're single. You do whatever you want to do. Now, it's a difference when you take into account how many STDs this person has had. Like, then you're unsafe. Like, at this point, you smashing and you're unsafe. Like, I think
you're irresponsible.
At some point,
irresponsible dick
at
swinger
some
at
point,
this
like he said, body count should not matter. Like, if you're single, you doing your thing, you living your life. If you're sexually free, whatever. But if I get an STD from you,
we fighting.
What the F? Like, you're messing with my children. You're messing with my womb and my health. Like, that's different. But yeah, so I don't care. I assume all men have at least smashed 150 women.
Wow.
And that's minimum. And that's dramatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you put it
but
there,
if you do the math, from like middle school, they start smashing early. So if you do the math, a 50-year-old man has probably gone through a couple hundred. Wow. Well, yeah. So I don't care.
Brii.
Nah, same thing. You can't. None of my dogs. I don't care if I fell in love with you. Because girls like to keep things to themselves because they embarrassed. So if one day she just says to me, "Oh yeah, by the way, me and him, blah blah blah," I would immediately dump him.
Yeah.
Immediately, love or not, I would dump his ass, and I would be mad
at her ass,
at him. You know my effing best friend. You could have said to me, "Man, I love that I fucked your best friend."
You'd be more mad at him.
I would. I'm smashing him. I think it's just. I feel like, okay, so me and Eric was talking about this. An intimate relationship and a friendship, they are relationships in themselves, but something about this makes it so much deeper.
But in that scenario,
for intimacy.
But in that scenario, so let's say I'd smashed him before, and that's what I'm saying.
But bro, everybody getting cut off, bro. Everybody getting cut off.
That's what I'm
saying. I'm emotionally, sexually, intimately connected to this man. I'm never gonna feel that way about my best friend. But because I'm so this, and I'm like, share my life with you. Oh my God, I have my children like that. Like, it's just a different level. It'll be a different level of pain. I can cut my friend off. I'm about to cut the love of my life off. Like, I feel like it will hit harder for me in that situation.
I feel like initially I'd be more mad at my friend off the strength of
everybody getting cut off though.
Yeah, off the strength of like before I fell in love and he was all this and this and this. All my friends know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm about to show y'all Caucasian man when we get off. So it's like everybody knows, and for you to see that and know you fucked him and said nothing to me.
Right.
And then then he'd be the next man because he wouldn't necessarily know who best friend is until I finally had him around. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So she would know first. And why would you fuck him and not tell me that you fucked him? And then in his case, it's just like, what do you think was going to happen here? Yeah. Why are you keeping secrets? Yeah, cutting everybody off after that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Super hoe. Would you date a super hoe? An ex super hoe, because he loves you now.
I thought you called me
that. Here's the thing. How you going to be a hoe if you're single?
You out here, man. Look.
You're single. People have sex with so many people.
That fucked a whole bunch of people.
What
fine. That's a nicer way to put it.
There we go.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, because it makes sense. What you did before me don't have nothing to do. And then you can tell me you had sex with 2 people and really be lying. So, honestly, I don't know what you... You get what I'm saying? Like, I could say, you know what, I only had sex with 5 people in my life. I swear. And it's like... I could be lying. I don't know. Right. So, I don't know.
Well, this is assuming you know that they've had sex with 150 people. In Broward County.
That'll make me nervous on the strength of like, okay, what you got, what have you had, what that part makes me nervous. Yeah. So not as so much about you being a hoe, but it's more like,
are you safe? Are
what
you
about to bring over here?
Right.
Kind of.
You know, I have to think about crabs. They freak me out. Oh, he had to have had crabs.
Yeah, you can
at some point in his sexual life. So I dated somebody that I feel like definitely was a super hoe. There's so many things.
By the way, I just wrote a song called
Super Hoe?
No, it's called The Reason Why.
Is it about super hoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I dated somebody that I found out was a super hoe. I don't like... It's rare that I think a guy that I date would even know somebody that I had sex with. So I don't expect you to be me because I know he's not. But at the same time, I don't want a nigga that everybody in Broward County has had. I've gone to a party and there's at least 3 or 4 girls in here getting fucked. Is your dick tired? Have to be exhausted from slinging it so much. I don't want everybody's leftovers. It's like, I'm not saying you can't sow your royal oats, but I don't want somebody that everywhere I go, you done fucked a couple people in there. At least one. It's just too much for me. Sorry, Willie. Y'all kind of get the whole, or y'all just be promiscuous. So we just said sexually free, sexually fluid, whatever. I don't want a guy that like done fucked like a whole bunch of people. If anything, I'd probably rather you switch states. Like maybe you like fucked everybody in Texas.
Whatever.
I said, I just have a trust issue with men, period. So like, I just think the worst automatic. It sucks, but
it could work on it.
I just be like,
well, how does it phase you? Because I used to trust off rip and then give you time to fuck up. Now I don't trust off rip. It's just like I expect him doing everything Micah said. He probably is out here fucking 16 people. Like
that's why I try not to even let it go. I can't. My thing with dating is kind of like, I don't want to give you the opportunity to fuck me over. Because I know once I get emotionally invested, like, that's it. Yeah. So let's not even go there. Because in my head, I already think, like Micah said, you done had sex with 150,000 people. Girls. So it's kind of like, no, let's just not. And that's why I don't date. And maybe that's why I date, like, people that I've spoken to or, like, know.
Yeah, you just
because
know
I
what's
kinda
happening
know,
there.
Yeah. Because now new guy, it's kind of like,
I just saw an interview with somebody, and they were just like, they'll go on a date with you and just kind of stay there. That's me. Like I'm gonna have like that's what's gonna be the hardest thing for me. I think Micah was saying when she did date, she was never like hard down in with like 7 people. It was never that.
Eventually,
they kind of just wean off and trail off.
So see, I've never would it be called serial dated? Like I've never dated.
Serial dater?
Multiple.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Me neither.
So like if I go on a date with you, Leah, tomorrow, you my man, period. No, you're my man. And you probably don't know it yet, but yeah.
But you are. Yeah.
And I think it's okay. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the whole eggs in the basket thing, like, you know what they always say.
Eggs in the basket.
Because we're naturally trained through society, through our families, whatever, to just be monogamous and date one, and one is enough, and it is enough. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time to be enough, this is not your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. This is someone you're casually dating.
Yeah.
And like I said, like you eventually just like one person. To be real,
it happens. Yeah.
Because someone literally takes your mind off of everybody else. Like that's naturally going to happen.
See, but so that's where I kind of sound like Leah, because I feel like, okay, if I go on a date with Tyler today and then like next week I'm on a date with like Javante, it's kind of like, ooh, I'm hoeing.
But
like I'm hoeing out here.
You don't smash them.
I don't feel that. I wouldn't feel that way. I wouldn't feel that way. But I don't like the process of getting to know people. I don't like the process of learning your birthday and what's your favorite color and do you want kids and I do not like that. This is why I always date exes. We already know what the fuck we got going on. Did you change from the last time we did this?
Those?
Like, this was a long time ago. Yes, we literally time ago.
Like, I feel like
now to have to do it, the teacher made us.
Dating has been overcomplicated. It's the same way that you met the first person that you ever dated. What happened? Somebody dropped a pen or slipped on a banana and everybody laughed, and then you kind of looked at each other a little longer. Like, just. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is changing with meeting people, bro. Like
this is no situation, bro.
She just makes it sound so hopeful.
Yeah, she makes it seem very easy, and I think essentially it is if we could just get over the hump of it. Because I think once I get comfortable with just going on these dates with people I don't know and seeing what it's like, I think I'm unstoppable, whatever y'all saying. That I think I'll be invincible. No, but it's definitely just a situation where it's like, bitch, but to do it though.
I honestly don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't enjoy dating.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like the process.
People. And then once I fail in a relationship, that's it. Don't worry about it. I'm never doing this ever.
Well, that's something that I don't have. Just because it's failed with so and so, I don't feel like giving up on it forever. You're not gonna find it unless you date somebody, because all these exes you be dating, it's not working. So
Clearly.
you gotta move on.
So see, I'm in that situation now. I was in a thing, I guess, and it shattered, crumbled like fire, like the whole thing just went to shit. And the only reason I'm going on this date on Wednesday is because I said, well, Micah said. And I actually listen to y'all.
If only that word. Mike been telling me this shit for a year.
No, this is the first time we've ever like really like seriously talked about it. And I was like, well, Micah said so. She hasn't steered me wrong yet. She helped me open a whole.
Do you have
business.
weirdness about dates?
She's a thug.
I'm a thug.
Yeah. So then you should be fine.
I just don't like getting to know you. I don't like you trying to get to know me.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The vulnerable part means that she's more likely to be hurt.
In my head, you're learning me to hurt me.
To bamboozle you.
Right. You're learning me to hurt me. Because that's how it's, well, that's the pattern for me personally in my life. So it's kind of like, no, I'm not going to tell you my favorite color because you're going to bring the next bitch in here wearing my favorite color. Like, no. It's not happening. I don't like it. In my head, that's where I go.
Do you be asking them like a lot of questions too? Or are you just getting rushed with all the questions?
Not really. Because I'm awkward. What am I supposed to ask you?
What you want
I don't
to
know. I don't know.
Just be like, just a regular.
How was your day?
My man.
Yeah, we talk about. I mean,
How was your evening?
My main thing I be telling, like I said earlier, just think about it like this person don't know you like that, so they judgment shouldn't mean nothing to you, really. Like you don't know me, bro.
That may be harder if you really, really like them. Because think about it. When you finally got on a date with Micah after trying to get her for however, whatever, like you've been liking her for a while, so
I did. And
it will gauge.
And I assumed that she was cool, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
I assumed she was cool. I didn't know. So I was just like, hey, what's up? What you know? We just
What's
had
up
a
with
conversation. Like we just
see, so
trying to see what
this new date or whatever. This is the first time it's ever been like, hey, you want to hang out? Okay, cool. With me, it's kind of like, okay, I've been watching you for like mad long. And I like you, like in my head, you my man, but you don't even know my name yet, type thing.
Stop that!
No, for real.
I don't even do that.
That's what makes it like awkward because it's like,
I've been watching you.
Right?
Yeah. He probably been watching you the same way though.
Watching me.
He probably been watching you the same way though. So it's just like, you know, y'all been watching each other. So now that y'all both
Real creepy
here,
shit.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
just the opening up part. I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm letting you in to know how to tear me down.
Don't go into it with that mindset.
Yeah, you got
trying to change your whole mindset. Just
if I can give advice, do not go into it with that mindset.
Just think about it like, look, I'm just having a conversation with this person right here.
First
29-year-old
dates should be fun. They should be relaxed, and they should be like, all right, hey, you knew. Even saying that will literally lighten the mood. Like, just, I don't know, think of something that is funny and just say it, and they'll probably laugh. Like, just break the ice any way you can. It'll just make everything so much easier.
Okay.
I don't know.
Micah asked, why stay in a relationship when the trust has been broken? Right? And I didn't answer it. I was supposed to answer it. She asked it on our podcast page. So, Brii, we'll start with you. If you stay in a relationship after the trust is broken, why did you do that?
I answered it on your thing.
Oh, what was your answer?
It was ignorant. We're not gonna go there.
Oh,
It was good. Yeah. No, really, that's what I think.
so that was what it was then. He had good penis and you just couldn't take. Okay, it's an honest
That's
answer.
what it was.
So, Mike, have you stayed in a relationship after the trust is broken?
Wait a minute. If I didn't stay in the relationship. I just kept
dealing with him.
relations.
So you broke up with him and you kept smashing? That's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I don't trust you. So.
But you still gave it, or you still let him in.
Yeah.
You still let him in, get it? In the box. Inside the box.
Hey.
Inside the box.
Dead.
Okay.
I stayed for, I'm going to check it up to me being young, and because this person told me what they did. I didn't find out. He just said it. So I think I was shook because he was so honest about it. and then he gave me time to process, which was ridiculous.
Oh, that's a generous
It
man.
was crazy.
That's a generous man.
He was like, "Hey, I cheated on you I've been cheating on you the past 4 months, and I totally understand."
Every time I tell this story, I say it's 3 hours, bamboozled.
So what you want to do? Like, I totally understand. You know what I'm saying? I was like, first of all, I have to go cry. I'm gonna call you back. So that happened. But like, I stayed because of the honesty. I stayed because I actually believe he was done. Yeah, because he told me. So I'm like, well, you got all out, right? Like, that's exactly how I thought.
Ladies, they're never done.
But yeah. So that's the reason why I stayed. I stayed because I was young. I stayed because I feel like I was kind of like. He prepped me into staying. It was very weird. I don't know, but
He did prep you a little bit.
yeah, he prepped me.
I cheated. Boom, your turn. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I was like,
aggressive almost.
yeah, it was not okay. But yeah, I feel like I was young. I felt like we relatively were in a new relationship. It wasn't like we weren't in there for the long haul yet. But yeah, so I think the comfort, his honesty, and being ridiculously ridiculous at 18. Yep.
Really?
Why
Why did you? Have you ever stayed in a relationship after the trust was broken, and why?
after the trust was broken?
Yeah, like why was you saying it?
Don't play that.
I don't feel like
they was like, nah, I break up with her after that.
Yeah, if that would have happened and I know about it, I'm gone. I ain't saying I'm gone.
Would you? Have you ever cheated?
Have I cheated?
Yes.
I have not. I cheated one time.
And did she stay with you?
She never find out.
God.
I was younger
You know
though.
what I'm saying? This one I'm not doing.
You see,
I was younger.
you're not setting a good example for the youth.
No. I was younger though. You know, I was younger.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I say I never got cheated on, but I don't know.
You don't know.
I may have gotten cheated on.
You don't know.
I just don't know.
The world may never know.
Because look, like I said before, women are way better at it.
That's what I
And a
hear.
lot of the ones that I used to run across,
Them bitches was crafty,
they all
huh?
had they dudes.
Creative
I love
shit.
you. And then in the second, you know, they on the whole.
Brii.
They just got on the phone. I love you, baby. Da 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 da.
Yes, you
But then you right here. So, from what I know, I have never gotten cheated on.
Well, I'm happy
Alright?
for you.
But if I would have gotten cheated on,
You would have left, sis.
I'm out of here.
You can't accept that she just had like one too many Long Islands.
No, I'm gone, man.
And wait, there's more. You've been out of town for 2 months.
I've been out 2 months.
2 months, and she just
No.
can't get no dick from you at all.
I
And
mean,
so
she can
she
still-
fucked the ex. Maybe it ain't
Yeah,
even
she
new
can
dick;
still-
it's old dick. It was an accident. It's a whoopsie.
It was an accident.
It was a
Ain't
whoopsie
no such
sex.
thing as a coincidence or whoopsies or none of that. You
Shit,
intentionally
I
wanted to do what
agree.
You wanted what you wanted, and you went and got it. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
But
You
if the
just ain't gonna do
trust,
that with me.
the trust is broken. So the trust is broken after that, and
Yeah,
Micah gotta go.
Cool, but you know,
Well, Micah,
Yeah,
you got your
Micah.
merchant orders. Keep your pussy to yourself.
like
Alrighty.
I said, you ain't gonna be my girl no more. Maybe sometime in the future, but as of this moment,
Right now, we gotta take a break.
we gonna have to think of it.
Okay, but then that's a good point then, because it's like, you know what, maybe this could be rekindled one day, but as of right now, I know for sure I'm not rocking with you. Okay, so I've stayed in relationships after trust has been broken. I've done it many times. My last relationship, the trust was broken a few times, and the biggest thing there is that, like, we had that whole, I think I talked about it in the first and second episode, we weren't officially in a relationship. We were pretty much in a relationship, but we weren't, but we were, but we weren't. He did the one thing that I appreciate him for. He did not give me that bullshit line all the way. He was just like, we were pretty much in a relationship and I shouldn't have done it. And he was out here hoeing. That was tough, but I stayed because I expected him to change. I wanted him to change. And to be fair, while we're not together now, women wasn't our problem anymore. Like, we didn't have cheating issues anymore. We had other shit wrong. So the reason why I stayed with him and what I stayed for, that did change. Like, we didn't have that problem anymore. We just developed other ones. I have to mentally feel like this shit there's no hope for this. When I feel like it's the done, then I'll leave. But until I feel that way, I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, what ifs, and it's gonna drive me crazy. So I gotta just wait till I get there.
I feel like, with my very first boyfriend in high school, the trust was broken. Obviously, we were in high school.
Yeah.
But it was my comfort zone. Like that was my comfort. That's what I always ran back to. That's all I knew. And then knowing me, I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't like starting over.
No, I had no clue.
So I just kept going back because that was what I knew. Like his family knew mine. His mom was.
Well, that's
easier
when the family.
Yeah, so it's kind of like thanks. So it was kind of like but I guess I'll go back because that's you know what I mean.
That's what we do.
Yeah. So that's why I knew it was a terrible idea, but it was comfortable.
Okay. All right, couple. Give us some like happy couple words of encouragement or something. I guess advice from a man that you'd give to a fellow couple.
Talk to
guy. Yeah, give that brother some words of advice or encouragement. He about to cheat right now. Talk him down. Talk him out of the vagina.
Don't do it.
Talk him away. Don't put the tip in, sir.
All I'm gonna say is, we all human.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like an opening too.
I'm not even. No. All I'm saying,
bullshit.
All I'm saying is, we all human. Ain't nobody perfect. People make mistakes. Find out what you want initially, and then over time, see if that's somebody that you willing to build with, willing to work for, or do things with, in order to get to know if, like, okay, I can see myself with her or him, whatever y'all want to do. But just out the gate, don't go into it with a negative mindset, like, oh, I already know that he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Like, you can learn from your past experiences, like, you should use that, but just know everybody ain't gonna be like that person. Everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? So at least give people a chance, or the ones that you feel are willing, or the ones that you feel are worthy of you giving them a chance. At least try to give them a chance initially. Come in positive and be like, okay, this might be something different.
Be like,
It might be something different. Everybody ain't the
fuckers.
same, man. Everybody is not the same, Because like I said, initially I assumed she was cool. Every interaction we had was cool, but I didn't know until I gave it a chance. We both gave it a chance. We talked.
right.
Everything flowed. It was cool,
Yeah.
And we was good.
Took up all her time that day. She was with me.
Yeah, man.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Beth?
When you're
couples,
when you're in a relationship, I felt really annoying because I felt like I always had something to say to Willie, like, and not even him, just me. Like, I was literally going through why I was feeling the way I was feeling about Valentine's Day and my birthday, like all these things that I have lacked in my past relationships. Like, so be really, just be really honest about. Be really honest about the way that you're feeling about certain things. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to feel annoying. You may always have a problem with whatever he's doing, but just say it, because then that's going to build up. You're going to have resentment, and then, you may not end up together. So even when you feel annoying, sis, just say it. Even when you're annoyed with her, just say it, because it's better to get it out like it's farts. Better to get it out than keep it in. So
very, very good little
analogy.
Yeah. Nice.
That was really cool how you tied that together.
Art imitating.
Yeah. So just say it, sis or bro. Get it out, even if it's small and annoying.
I agree with that.
Just
Communication.
say it.
Communication is the key.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Brii, any couple advice?
Skip me, sis.
Skip me. Shut up. Well, Brii, we don't really have much couple advice. I guess if I could give you a little advice, Brii. We got to get you out of this whole little dark cave you're in with this, like not wanting to give people a chance. Or not even that. You don't seem to mind giving them a chance. I have that issue of giving them a chance, but you seem to have the issue where you automatically assume they're going to bamboozle you, right?
Absolutely.
And nobody wants to be bamboozled. But I know. Trust me. I understand. But while I don't trust people off rip, I know what I want. I want a good relationship, and I want kids. I told you my daughter's like 23. Oh, I have two 23-year-olds. So I want that type of future. I want somebody to come home to. I've been going out of town like crazy. I want somebody to come out of town with me all the time. So I have to get over this. And if these are things that you want in your future, you're going to have to stop thinking they're bamboozling you. You might be right, but you don't know unless you give it a chance. And I feel like you'll be able to sniff out the bamboozlers. Like the one that got deleted off mine that kept thinking everything. Oh my gosh, you breathe. You're fantastic. He had to go. Because that's weird. Like, what are you doing?
You're going to see.
But the good thing is, and the bad thing, you know what pain feels like. And I know that sounds crazy to say, but there's nothing you haven't felt before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you felt the worst. Like, I feel like I felt the worst at 18. Thank God it was at 18. But now that I felt that, I never felt that again.
But that's the thing. It's kind of like, yeah, I know what pain feel like. So I try to not even put myself in a situation so almost possibly might feel it again.
I get it.
What I mean?
But you got through it. So if you think of it on a positive note, yeah, I felt that. Yeah, it was horrible. But I got over it. I got through it. And that wasn't what I was supposed to have anyway.
And in our logic, we both dated, like, we had really bad relationships at the same exact time. And we've never been disrespected like that again. We've never had those type of situations again. Because we know, like, as soon as we even see something that seems similar, they gotta go. That's where Obey got cut the fuck off. As soon as they start seeming even closer to that, you have to leave.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying other pain doesn't come up, because I've had tough situations since then, but it hasn't been along the lines of things like that. You get what I'm saying? So you guys just give it a chance, okay? We'll work on it. You enjoy your date on Wednesday.
You enjoy yours.
We'll
And you're gonna go.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Both
you are.
I just love how you just tell me what I'm about to do. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Brii. King Brii. Thank you, Mr. Willie. I appreciate you guys so much. Micah, it's been a pleasure per usual. And thank you guys so much for listening. Bye.
We out.
We are out.
Bye.